the AC. Hot takes.
Lights, camera, and action is large. Eagles get flattened the door to this debate. Why I hate and get irate. We rate and irritate. Your game is on my plate. The fans anticipate. Of course, we give them great.
Gonna turn up the AC. Got the temperature raising. The latest, hottest takes. No bias for ratings. We coming with straight heat. That's why it's amazing. Go ahead and share the link if you feeling what they think.
Pulling daggers like Katie. Launching missiles like Brady. Hot takes on the daily. Outcome is amazing.
Only kick with the IC. Analytics unlikely. No matter what they speak, hot takes turn up AC. Welcome to another installment of Turn Up the AC Hot Takes with Reason on a solo edition. All social media information will be posted in the description below. We ask that you please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe while you're at it so you can be notified when the latest content is available. So here we are on the eve of the NBA playoffs. Obviously, my Lakers are not there. I will be doing a video about them and the recap and review of the season and how we feel about Magic stepping down. They kind of made us look bad here because we started off great. We thought we'd make the playoffs. We guaranteed it. Didn't quite happen for us. I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm just going to say it didn't happen. So that's the last of it on this video of the Lakers. I'll talk about them the next video. But here we go about the NBA playoffs. We're going to start in the Western Conference and that 1-8 matchup with the Warriors and Clippers. Obviously, Warriors are heavy favorites. I believe they're 100-1 favorites right now, which is the biggest favorite in NBA history. I saw that earlier today. I forget. I think it was on ESPN or something. But yeah, so I'm taking the Warriors. I don't know, 5, maybe 4. I think the Clippers can get one. But I'm going to go with the Warriors winning the series in either 4 or 5 games, tops. I'm going to skip the Rockets Jazz. I'm going to come back to them in a minute. Trailblazers and Thunder. Now, this is unfortunate for the Portland Trailblazers for the second year in a row. They're a 3 seed. And, it's a bad matchup for them. They got some injuries. Nurkic is out for the year. Or for the rest of the year, whatever. And CJ McCollum is not 100% right now. And the Thunder, they're 100%. They kind of fell off, after a great start to the season. But I think this is the matchup for them. Excuse me. I got the Thunder pulling the 6-3 win over Portland. I'm gonna say they're gonna win that in about. I give it 6 games. We're going 6 games with that one. Denver and Spurs. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. Denver's played great all year. They've had an excellent season. Nothing but respect to them. I had them making the playoffs, but as an 8 seed, look at them. They got up to number 2. They were a 1 seed for a majority of the year. But this is just not a matchup that I think Denver wants. I think they would have much rather played the Clippers. Obviously, Pop, 5 championships in 20 years. This organization is the model of consistency. And once again, they're in the playoffs. I got the Spurs beating the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. If it goes 7, Denver has a shot. But I think it's in 6. San Antonio's pulling this one off. Now, the Rockets and the Jazz. This series is... I skipped it and came back to it after I went through the other ones because this is the closest series, in my opinion, in all the playoffs. So, from the first round matchups, this is the closest series. With that being said, I'm still going to go with the Rockets, but Utah has a legitimate shot at winning this series. And if they're able to... they got to pull one of these first 2 games in Houston. They got to go 1-1 back home. They do that, they got a real shot at winning the series. A real shot. But I can't pick them because James Harden's incredible. In my opinion, he's the runner-up for MVP. But if he wins it, he absolutely deserves it. He had a great year. But the Rockets are a 4 seed in this very tough matchup with Utah in the first round. And I'm going with Houston This one might go 7, but I'm gonna say Houston in 6. But this one has all the possibility of going 7. So there you have it for the first round of the Western Conference. I got the Warriors, the Rockets, the Thunder, and the Spurs all coming out of the first round matchups. So now we're about to get into the Eastern Conference. In the first round, we got Milwaukee and Detroit. Milwaukee's taking that series. It's going to be a short one. It might be a sweep. I don't know if Detroit is good enough to get one. So I might think that one's a sweep. But regardless, Milwaukee wins this one. At most 5. But all right, the Celtics and the Pacers. The Celtics, I had them number 1 preseason. Clearly, they underachieved. There's a lot of drama going on over there. Their team is, who knows? They're great one night and then they look mediocre the next. I think they're going to beat the Pacers. Pacers just don't have enough. Victor Oladipo's out. So, obviously, Celtics are going to take this one, I think. I'll say about 6 games. Maybe 5, but 6 is probably what I'm guessing. I'm going to skip the Sixers and the Nets, come back to that one. Raptors and the Magic. Raptors are going to win this one. Maybe 5 games. But they're going to win this one and move on. So that's going to be a short series too. But congratulations to the Magic, man. They got in the playoffs. I mean, Aaron Gordon's having a great year. It's good to see him. So let's see what he can do in the playoffs. But I do have the Raptors winning that series. Now, the Sixers and the Nets. The only reason why I think this series can go 6 or 7 is because the Sixers are not 100%. The team that they have together hasn't been together for a while, and Ben Simmons, you don't know what you're going to get in terms of offense in the playoffs when the team starts sagging off of you and they're actually playing defense, not like the regular season where nobody plays defense. In the playoffs, there's actually a little bit of defense there. But with that being said, I still think the Sixers are good enough to win the series regardless. The only reason why I think it could be a close series is because they're not 100% and they haven't played together all the time. So they're not looking like as good as they were last year at this point. But D'Angelo Russell had a great year. Being a Laker fan, I'm happy to see that because I didn't really want him to go, to be honest. I thought him and Lonzo could have had a good chemistry together in the backcourt. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about, the playoffs right now. So, yeah, I got the Sixers winning over the Nets. Now, when the first round gets done, we're going to come back when there's a second round. The matchups are set, and we'll predict from there. But right now, I'm going to give you my predictions for the rest of the playoffs. I wanted to get that out there pre-playoff so we can see how close I am on these predictions. So after I got the Warriors and the Rockets in the second round, I think the Warriors are going to beat the Rockets. I think it's going to be a long series, 6 or 7 games, but the Warriors are going to win this over the Rockets. The Thunder and the Spurs in the second round. I got the Thunder beating the Spurs 6 games. It's going to be a good series, though, because, Popovich going to have the team ready. DeMar DeRozan's a great player. LaMarcus Aldridge still has a lot of talent. He still had a lot of game left. They got a pretty good squad. But I'm going to pull the Thunder out in that series, and we're going to move on to the Western Finals. The Warriors and the Thunder. I think the Warriors are going to beat the Thunder and move on to the NBA Finals in a 6-game series, maybe 5 or 6 games. I just think the Warriors are just too good. The closest series is going to be that second-round matchup, obviously, with the Warriors and Rockets. But I think they're going to pull it out and go back to the finals for, the 5th year in a row. All right, so Eastern Conference, the Bucks and the Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to figure it out and pull that series out and beat the Bucks. It's going to be a long series of 6 or 7 games. But I think Kyrie Irving is an amazing player, and I think when the game's on the line, he's going to produce. I mean, he's done it on the biggest stage in a Game 7, so there's no reason to doubt what he's going to do. Giannis is, in my opinion, the MVP, but I still think the Celtics, when they play at their best, they're the best team in the East. And I think they're going to figure it out and win this series and move on to the Eastern Finals. Now, the Sixers and the Raptors, I got the Raptors winning that series. I think 5 or 6 games. I just think they're better. They got Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the Eastern Conference. I mean, obviously, Giannis. Well, I thought that preseason and Giannis might have taken that crown. So I got, Kawhi Leonard as maybe the second best player now in the East. Maybe third. People might say Joel Embiid. But, he's one of the top 3, in my opinion. So I got the Raptors beating the Sixers. If Joel Embiid plays like an absolute monster, who knows what could happen in that series. But Marc Gasol is there, and I thought the Raptors picking up Marc Gasol was a game changer. So I got the Raptors moving on, which leads us to the Raptors and Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So this series is going to be a great series. This was my preseason prediction, the Raptors versus the Celtics in the Eastern Finals, and it's here. Preseason, I picked the Celtics. Right now, I'm picking the Raptors. I got the Raptors beating the Celtics in a maybe 6 or 7 game series, but I got the Raptors winning. I just think Kawhi Leonard's going to be too much. Marc Gasol and that team they have over there is an amazing team. Siakam having a great year. He might be the most improved player in the league. But I got the Raptors beating the Celtics, moving on to the NBA Finals to a matchup with the Warriors. It's going to be a great series. I think Toronto can push Golden State. I think Kawhi is going to have an amazing series because he always plays the Warriors well. We've seen it when he was in San Antonio. But I think the Warriors are just too much. I think I said it preseason, and I'm going to say it again. I think this is the last year the Warriors win a championship. I think Kevin Durant's going to leave. I don't know where, but he's leaving. And I just think the Warriors are going to win one last championship, end their three-peat, and then cap their dynasty off with 4 and 5 years. So those are my predictions. We'll see how accurate I am after this first round. And until then, this has been Reason. Turn up the AC Hot Takes. Until next time, enjoy these playoffs. I know they're going to be good. We're out.